on we get the democracy Facebook page. This now the program we Young Challenge really come to you every Thursday 4 to 5 even time on issues where they affect the life of disabled people. No the program come to the new name now Chenwa Jalo. Last week we did at the Miltimagai School for the Blind. We say we go show now how that particular facility there, and this is a part of the effort for bringing some of them disabled facility as well live to now through this be in program where we don't start. And today we are the Futan home. We say we can bring to ourselves the facility where at this place for picking them where they live with disability. Then get school now, then get body home now, and plenty of that facility for picking them where they live with disability. But for come talk on them facility as well, I don't look like all these years where this particular home they operate. We can talk to somebody now at the school shortly. Continue for day with me.
Come to the Freetown Cheshire home.
Okay.
Located at 18 Wiscos Road, Pinetown.
Okay.
And they are so with it.
Okay. Briefly, what we get now, so now for plenty of people we even know for the audience.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Abdullahi Dumboya, commonly known as ABS. Many of my friends. Me are the chairman of the management committee of the Freetown Cheshire home.
For plenty of people, you know, they hear this home years of all this while, but the understanding as to actually within the home before. I don't start for telling the listeners them at the opening of this program where this type of the home way they give education to disabled picking them. Anything they will listeners them need for know perhaps beyond what I don't tell them all again at the opening of the program.
Yes, Bokumode for tell listeners. The Cheshire home na a home founded in 1961. 62, it was 61, 62, with the structures they don't team up, and it was officially opened by the then Prime Minister Nasalum Sam Miltimagai.
Okay.
And he opened them in 1962, and he opened them as a residential home for people with disabilities. Traditionally, na people who get physical disability. Lord Cheshire of Woodall, England, na be the pilot where accompany the Hiroshima bomber in Japan. We don't go drop that bomb na Hiroshima. So now after he paddy them begin sick, then he begin nurse them and your host. More paddy them fall sick, he nurse them, they pass away. Then later he decides say let it start for build and establish homes them for people with disability and people who are sick. So and the Freetown Cheshire home now one of the two Cheshire homes them na Salon. Freetown Cheshire home being the first one opened in 1962. The other one the Miltimagai Cheshire home na Bo. But also the Cheshire home then as Salona, one of Cheshire homes of 58 countries them really. So as much as that, they do that.
Let me also talk about the facility where this particular home they provide for the last 60 years or so.
Well, Cheshire home, like you can see, the facilities them they don't exist almost the same period of the country. In age. You can see on the right here, so we get a facility here where we call the Freetown Cheshire Vocational Skills Training Center. This center now they really train them, picking them, the residents them within at the home for do leather work, shoe, garage tie dyeing, all kind vocational skills training now they do. Then on the left here, so the one with the straight in front of we now the new dormitory, well relatively new, but you know you will see what I mean by that. This now the girls dormitory this, and then just that palava hot yonder now building where somebody be make for it when HRH Princess Anne can visit Salon.
Okay.
So this now the boys the girls dormitory this.
Okay.
And then we get
before we go to the other facilities, and we'll just talk on this facility so far we don't show it. As in, this is not like a playing field.
Right.
Picking them.
Yes.
This bringing the question in mind, what sets of disabled picking them when getting at the home, because we see a lot of plates them for them picking there.
Thank you. So next to the vocational skills training, Back, I think this now almost between maybe 8 to 9 years now since we open them. We developed this facility for lady picking SSF with the play, because the facility, the home, gets a school and a residential. So lunchtime the picking they can come play, and we get one good friend with Mr. Kinney. I help you for make all them tea.
One for say good afternoon, Farmbull, and you will watch me live on We Get the Democracy Facebook page. This is the program Yone Challenge where they come to you every Thursday, 4 to 5 evening time on issues where one for say good afternoon, Farmbull, and you will watch me live on We Get the Democracy Facebook page. This is the program. One for say good afternoon, Farmbull, and you will watch me live on We Get the Democracy Facebook page. This is the program Yone Challenge where they come to you every Thursday, 4 to 5 evening time on issues where they affect the life of disabled people. No, they bring the program come to it today. My name na Chengno Jalo. Last week we been at the Multimagai School for the Blind. Also we go show now how that particular facility there, and this is a part of the effort for bringing some of them disabled facility as well live to now through this we in program where we don't start. And today we at the Futan Shasha home. We can bring to ourselves the facility within at this place for picking them where they live with disability. Then get school now, then get boarding home now, and plenty other facility for picking them where they live with disability. But for come talk on them facility as well, I don't look like all these years where this particular home they operate, we they can't talk to somebody now the school shortly. Continue for day with me.
Come to the Freetown Cheshire home.
Okay.
Located at 18 Racecourse Road, Town.
Okay.
They are so with it.
Okay, briefly, what we get now, so now for plenty people we don't know for the audience, for the audience.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Abdullahi Dumboya, commonly known as ABS. Many of my friends. Me are the chairman of the management committee of the Freetown Cheshire Home.
For plenty people, you know, they hear this home here so for all this while, but the understanding as to actually within the home before. I don't start for telling the listeners at the opening of this program where this night about the home way they give education to the disabled picking them. Anything they will the listeners them need for know perhaps beyond what I don't tell them all again at the opening of the program.
Yes, Bokumode for tell listeners. The Cheshire Home na a home founded in 1961, 62. It was 61, 62, where the structures they don't team up, and it was officially opened by the then Prime Minister na Salon, Sir Milton Magai.
Okay.
And he opened them in 1962, and he opened them as a residential home for people with disabilities. We traditionally na people that we get physical disability. Lord Cheshire of Woodall, na England, na be the pilot we accompany the Hiroshima bomber in Japan. We then go drop that bomb na Hiroshima. So now after in paddy them begin sick, then he begin nurse them and your host. More paddy them fall sick, he nurse them, they pass away. Then later he decides say let it start for build and establish homes them for people with disability and people who are sick. So, and the Freetown Cheshire Home now one of the two Cheshire homes them na Salon. Freetown Cheshire Home being the first one, opened in 1962. The other one are the Multimagai Cheshire Home na Bo. But also the Cheshire Home then na Salon are one of Cheshire homes of 58 countries them with it. So now as much as that, they do that.
Let me also talk about the facility where this particular home they provide for the last 60 years or so.
Well, Cheshire Home, like you can see, the facilities them they don't exist almost the same period of the country in age. You can see on the right here, so we get a facility here where we call the Freetown Cheshire Home Vocational Skills Training Center. This center now they with the train them, picking them, the residents them within at the home for do leather work, shoe, garage tie dyeing, all kind vocational skills training how they do. Then on the left here, so the one with the straight in front of we, now the new dormitory. Well, relatively new, but you know, you go see what I mean by that. This now the girls' dormitory. This, and then just that palava hot yonder, now building where somebody be make for we when HRH Princess Anne can visit salon.
Okay.
So this now the boys and the girls' dormitory. This.
Okay.
And then we get
before we go to the other facilities, and we'll just talk on this facility so far we don't show it. I think this is not like a playing field.
Right.
Picking them.
Yes.
This bringing the question in mind: who sets of disabled picking them when getting at the home? Because we see a lot of plateau them for them picking there.
Thank you. So next to the vocational skills training, back I think this now almost between maybe 8 to 9 years now since we open up. We developed this facility for lady picking SSF go dey play, because the facility, the home, gets a school and a residential. So lunchtime the picking they can come play, and we get we own good friend when Mr. Kinney. Now helpful for make all them here locally made and put an eye for the picking them for let themselves go dey play. It's a shame we get for try for make a more decent, but the grass can grow now. Oversee grass they will out. You can see like this one, it need for be trimmed with trimming machine don't well. But now facilities and for allow the picking them, both the disabled picking and non-disabled picking them, where the Canada school for able for play.
I see they claim all. Who's time make I ask the question? Who set of disabled picking them when I get at the home?
Well, the home would they accommodate physical disabled picking them. Okay. The Cheshire home, as I say, in a home where they establish for picking them with physical disability.
Not limited to any type.
Limited to the type of maybe people who always don't suffer from polio. Okay. So your upper body good, but maybe your legs and weak. And then he also get picking up with cerebral palsy, where maybe they shake and tremble small. Then they also cater for picking them with maybe some level of small physical disability. So now mainly physical disabled picking them we keep here. But like I say, we also get non-disabled picking them with the Canada school. But I will talk about that later. Okay. But now that make we get some of the guys that we picking them.
Why when I decide for categorize the picking them way when they accommodate at the home to just physically challenge, because the other one they are visually impaired?
That's a very good question. That are the principle of, hate for use this word, but segregation, in the sense that, or because in the past, how disability is seen as, when you get different categories of disabled people, you get different institutions for look after them, different categories. So if you get picking away blind, you put in a blind school. If you get picking away not the hearing, they put in a national school for the deaf. If you get picking away get physical disability, then send for Canada Cheshire home. Okay. So all of them different categories, then they by virtue of how they categorize disability. Now, so now make we get physical.
How often the picking they use them facility as, or considering the fact that they are physically challenged?
Well, then they're able for use them, because as I say, some picking and they then get upper body. Okay. They're able for claim, they're able for going at the swing, they're able for going at the ride, and then so they're able, as they're able for based on their disability.
And the fun are interesting.
Very exciting. Maybe we could see how they go play.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me go continue for watching other facilities. Then later on in the program we will talk about how the contributions of this particular maybe for shape society they like today. But let me just go through the different facilities then first, and later we go for inside see them maybe in the office and get that kind of conversation.
Okay. Thank you. And then we get on the left hand side now, we get class nursery and class 1. We will see the beginning later. And then of course we get the admin block down here on the right hand side. That admin block there, we also don't add a medical center where we don't create. So, and then back of the classroom here, again, we will go visit there later. We get, in fact, let's go there, let's go see what's in the happening. So this now the nursery and the nursery and class 1. And then if we come here, so just for try for locate the facilities, then we'll talk about them later in more detail. You will notice down here now the boys dormitory, right? Now the boys dormitory. So you get the boys dormitory down here on the right hand side down here. down here under the boys' dormitory. And then before the boys' dormitory, before them do them as one flat, you dey see say the bodos, well, this na historical bodos. Na that so na any both Osia church won't be open with. So this na the boys' dormitory. Myself na they me go up. Where I be small na so I come. And then this same type bodos na me team up to the girls. But we, because of accessibility, we end up for get support for let them broke the bodos, one of the girls bodos, and then plant the new accessible dormitories here. So
this is a classroom, right?
This is a classroom, yes.
Yeah. And for picking them with which level?
This is a nursery. Push on. Okay. Auntie Nene,
and God bless you, thank you too.
So this now one of the class 1, okay. And for this class we get some very hard-working teachers them together with the nursery, and we've been very privileged for get Chief Minister for coming and sit down with some of the picking them. We just don't do basic renovation, we get plan for renovate the floor. But this one man we sit there with the nursery, with the class 1, the man we he gets severe form of disability.
Okay.
We he gets a combination of cerebral palsy, but he also gets hearing impairment, then he also gets speech impairment. Okay. So now this week in class has multiple disabilities.
Okay.
And because of that, if they find them very difficult, always the fordom, they see it's slightly damaged, and they try all kind of way for care for. We don't buy cap, we don't yam, they fordom by the cap.
Okay.
But I want to
so are we able for learn with the other picking them?
That's a very good question. So maybe we will ask the teacher.
Well,
okay. Talk.
Like in the morning, first we will come. You know, we rhyme, or they sing with them. That na the morning rhyme. So we morning tea. Whenever teach me, I will talk like A, B, C, D. So they follow up.
But you know the hear.
Well, again, that action. They make instead they make it a knock. Yes, okay. As we say A, B, C, D. Instead of say the knock, we see. So it's sabi in people then.
Okay.
You know, say this is my doctor. Even me, what kind of morning, very early in the morning, as I can more. They there and say, Auntie,
okay.
Auntie. Yeah.
So away from the other set of picking them, are they also disabled?
No.
Okay, all the other one are the normal picking them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that one in a with Yone.
Well, instead not the worker.
Okay.
Okay. Instead then at home here.
Okay, then at home here.
Yeah.
Generally, how the learning look like?
Well, the learning is like that. This is the right now. A bit in nuclear set.
Okay.
The learning for right.
Okay.
And the other pencil is the right. But like this, what I can book with it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us. And like I say, listeners, the program where they listen to now, Yone Challenge, they come to you every Thursday, 4 to 5 on issues where they affect the life of disabled people. Today, we're going to the future church at home, and we talk to school authorities and also about voting day in this particular facility for disabled people. Them. We'll continue with the discussion.
Yeah, welcome to our class. God bless you.
God bless you too. Now, thank you for welcoming. This brings me to you directly as this possibility to them picking the so tell me how I look like for to them kind set of picking the so.
Anyway, they want for teach them na patience, love.
Okay.
Now you forget for them. Especially like when they teach them, so some say they can teach them, then they first under, then they first under, pass it for left first to go the other side. Like this other one are disabled at the school,
okay.
Now the outside. But what they write, now in what they write it. Like this now what they tell us say, write plus sign for me. Let me take the chalk. Okay. Yes, I'm right. Come. Can write plus for me. Plus sign, eh? You know, eh? Write plus sign for me. You know the able for using
an.
and. And what is the use for right? Yeah, God wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody put chocolate shorts.
Talk short, eh?
Yes. Auntie, get love chop. Yeah, use this. Right. Even when they eat, now in food, they eat with.
Okay.
If with spoon.
Okay.
If you say eat with the hand, no dey.
No dey able for it with hand. Okay.
Now more to the right with.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Tell God thank you. God they make me they able to gain their skills the way they able for let themselves
Able identify
somebody tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. Like the one the way they come out outside, and then they distinguish them.
Okay.
They all become one.
Okay. Thank you also for talking to us. We will continue the answer.
Okay.
Thank you. So we don't come on at the two nursery classrooms and we then get for the picking them both able and disabled. Now we come another classroom where the head of this facility will tell you which classroom we dey and what in picking them house we learn and how many set of disabled picking them we get now this facility also.
Okay, so thank you very much. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
This now we premier classroom. This now class 5 and 6.
Okay.
The other class where I mentioned earlier and I've been class 4. This now 5 and 6. And the reason why I say this now premier class because now one classroom this we get Orange Sierra Leone donates digital equipment them to the home for help digital what you call digital skills classroom. Yeah, so you see the picking them even at class 5 and 6 they play with computers, tablets them, and so and yeah we get the classroom teacher and the head teacher and they are so it's over to you for talk to them.
So before we come to the school teachers or the class teachers then Tabia so now per individual all the students get?
Yes, then give me up to I think 28, 27, 28 with Giwi, with Orange Giwi. And for them computer then each tablet is installed with a particular learning tool.
Okay.
And then tools here we get laptop, we get screen, we get solar for able for charge then laptop here and actually deliver state-of-the-art technical training.
What is actually the beginning of the tab them as you say then get different facilities at the tab them for aid them learning ability?
Well, I think from your knowledge, we know for IT, they get different topics them, learning topics, English, different modules whether they're able for use the tablet them for learn. But I think I will best hand you over to the teacher where instead go through the training with Orange them. So.
Okay. So we also the meet to 3 and 1 for say thank you for getting a classroom. This afternoon time for can talk to the beginning where you teach then tab the use of them tab. Yeah. So what do you actually teach them on this tablet?
Well, we have plenty things for teach them. Me first of all, my name Ali Badara. So we class 5 and class 6 teacher. So the last time Orange they come for Kangi then donor to the school. At least we the teachers they will able do some training to them because they are able to learn many things. But before first they will able to learn them, then call we as a training with the teachers then. During the training then train we how to put this thing on. At least so we don't get the knowledge and an understanding, at least we will be able to impact that to the beginning. So now that's way back we did all they try for do. By bringing it in there, then tab they are able to learn, picking them very, very important things that they're able to go close to them, they get interaction. So at least they're able to learn more putting. They even get some app there people say if they inside this tab at least they will educate speaking in time of English language, at least they're able to get interaction, they're able to learn plenty things. Then otherly stop there, then we even try for learn them at least for put her on and for put her off. Even though we they put her on, you get some somebody say for start time. we for say get different language where they tell we, but as we Sierra Leone now the United Kingdom English we they learn, so now that's we they able to, so at least the people they able to know those the information where they able know to themselves and utilize, at least they able get the interaction or go through this tab there.
It different from any other normal tablets we go buy in the streets of Freetown in terms
Well,
of facilities.
yeah, if I can say yes, sometimes it different because the difference is because Orange their own app there only now they put at least we then the picky there they go room for say now through Orange they able get this tier through Orange because more of the app they wouldn't put now Orange, the information are Orange, even the one way they able get access through the internet so that they last verify, or they able connect to their app there, or they able get the like the Wi-Fi connection now their own. Without Orange or without them tab, they are not able to connect.
Okay. Okay. So away from the tablet, let me talk to another teacher also. We will tell you about how learning generally look for picking them now this particular classroom here. Hello, welcome to this particular live broadcast on 98.1 FM. Tell me your name and you know what's in the school.
Mina Khadija Tojalo. Of course, Mina the acting head teacher. If I can go back to your question, well, as you can see already, I don't need to say much about it. We're learning the Guna also in a very conducive way. We don't get any form of distractions. Just we and we picking them and we make sure say whatever knowledge or the impact to them, we make sure say it go down well.
The home initially established for picking them with live with disability. Now this classroom, how much picking that we get now as we live with disability?
Now three.
Three. What are the form of disability?
Well, we get some way now cerebral.
Okay.
Then we get another one way now in foot, the left side, and get problem.
Okay. So what you go be your assessment so far with regards to them picking and they catching up with the normal picking them when it comes to education?
Well, if I can say, like for the one we already get a cerebral problem, when it comes to writing exam, it's challenging. Pass a teacher I get for help for go to otherwise you know they able. Okay. So we're so happy that when they go in for the exam, they get a space or category where they able for choose say this person now a physically challenged person.
Okay.
So now some of the things and then but we get teachers that may already always stay for they help them and then colleagues them as well. They understand the situation.
Any challenge do you for deal with them as students them?
Well, yes. Like I said initially, when it comes to writing, especially the one with the cerebral, you're not able for old pen. Okay. So first we can ask in colleague them for help them do the writing.
Okay. So in that one day, first world country, them will see assistive device them. In this country or in a salon or this particular, or when I get any of them device and the way they assist them beyond the teachers them?
Well, for now we not get, but okay. We hope in the future that we will get people that will go come in for assist and see how well we will for help them picking up without the help of somebody we go there by inside or so. Okay. So then devices and they will be used for help them manually.
Okay. So continue for the with the live broadcast program or the democracy 98.1 FM. We continue for talk to more other people in the school, and now we go find one student who we will talk to. We will tell you about your experience so far.
This is Maya Mansare. Of course, you know, the acting and girl. So it can display for we in knowledge we get how to use this iPad here. So you can go ahead.
Nous répétons en force.
Speak loud. Laptop display.
Yeah, you know this plate. Yeah, just put on so I mean.
Then we use our actual language, which is English, United Kingdom. Start. Then we look for the Wi-Fi. Because of the network. That's why.
Okay. So as family self we dey watch, we dey see we this particular student here, so people they try for demonstrate wetin they don't they learn so far with use of this particular tab, and they don't take we through four so stages them way they able for learn outside within now outside they try for connect to the Wi-Fi. But because of time we dey move away from here and go another part of the school and continue for bring you the facility them now this particular place. Continue for listening to the program and watch me on Facebook page.
6. And this now for just demonstrate, say we get we dining hall.
Okay.
So it's at the back, which is restful. So after the picking they don't come on school. So first of all, they get lunch. One day they can school here, they join the rest of the other colleagues then for lunch. And then after lunch, then go back to school. Then school finish at 2. And then they come here back now the dining hall. So as you can see, this dining hall was actually opened by the group captain himself. We found in Lena Cheshire Homes, so named after him.
So they see this place only from the 1990s.
So this particular building,
Yeah,
was done in 1990.
Wow.
Yes. The home, as I say, was established in 1962.
let me just watch inside it briefly, and we go on the other side now the school. Yeah.
So, this now we class. Who's this class 2 and 3? Yeah. So class 2 and 3.
Okay.
And one of the last blocks them. So you can notice say we got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks them. We dedicated to the school inside the compound, and then we get 2 blocks there in the dormitory, 1 boys, 1 girl, and then we get the office. We're in there with the go now.
Okay.
And just show you the office. Of course, if you wish for see the kitchen, then at the back as we be enter the kitchen there.
Okay.
We get inside kitchen, but we also traditionally in Africa, whether you get inside kitchen or not, you see they still need outside kitchen. So this you see first of all that classroom here that we get outside toilets.
Yeah.
Where organizations like NSBT, Nectar, now attacking a whole bulkage breakage yard. Ubanda they renovate some of the wash facilities now. So very grateful to them. And another wonderful organization, Mercyship. Now they renovate currently the boys' dormitory.
Okay.
So they renovate the girls, but they start with the boys. They don't change new roof. Roof we don't there for over 50, 60 years. 50 years. They don't change them. They don't put very strong new roof. They don't buy the PVC, all thing for the for can do the new PVC, as well as for paints the place.
I will see something there like in a medical facility.
Yes.
So administer treatment to people and I see them medical.
So yes, so we intention working with partners. So first of all, this is not the office, but we intention as part of the office, we also get a medical facility. We don't collaborate with National Rehabilitation Center now a center now medical center we established by one of our partners is Stamford Baptist Church. We invest some resources now for transform the room, so we get a fridge for cool down the medicine them. We get a medical treatment bed, all ends in there. So NRC for they send somebody for they can exercise the picking them.
Okay.
For give them physio. So not to just the sports center and or the.
What I wanted to go to right now.
Well, we're doing the process of we don't launch them in the last program we get launched by Dr. Kebi. We still the wait forget the assigned physiotherapist, but we get a dedicated nurse, community nurse in the form of Saleh, where they can help for treating Pikin when they're sick. This now just a wonderful demonstration of the only institution where Princess Anne, the late queen in Pekin, visits where he can salon about 2017, where he can visit the home. These are some of the demonstrations we will make for him. So yeah,
We continue for bringing on this particular live program on radio democracy. We go now at the office so we get more discussion on how this could contribute to national development so far. So, family, we don't get a long walk now the school facility. Also, we don't visit all the classroom, then we don't get to use them other places, them way, I mean, a recreational facility for them picking out. So now we're at the office, I mean, of the particular person really in charge of this particular place. And they can tell you more about how this school and operate. Welcome again.
thank you, and I think now interesting tour of the facilities, but also the backstory we go with the facilities. So Cheshire Home, like we say, just for emphasize, now a residential institution where they cater for people with physical disabilities, predominantly physical disabilities, for try for rehabilitate them. So we they take picking them from the ages 4 up to 10, because each picking the only residents na the home up to the age of 18. So now the policy that so any picking with physical disability from ages 4 to 10 will they admit. But before that, any disabled picking, any picking with physical disability can come to the school at any time. So we get a distinction between the residents and the school and being admitted in the school. So for let we admit you now the residents, you get for them the kind of school for at least one term. That's because we want for make sure say the pikin are able, the parents then show commitment say that pikin know they can abandon anaya. Because within the home day but now for provide rehabilitation, for make sure say that pikin will be integrated in the community at some point when he left the home. So we focus on that and make sure say the parents them get a part for play. Then get for make sure say that picking they able for go back now the community, integrating the community, able for don't learn things like how for cook, how for make shoes them, how for make them bathe, all them basic things then they for learn to teach them independence so that then we're able for be integrated.
I think this is the difference between this particular woman and the Miltimagai School for the Blind. Because the Miltimagai School for the Blind, last week we asked the principal how long they take, then say watching they say we come in register and for go one time like Naya, we then go and get more disabled, we don't go even college, then still live within the facility.
Well, that's because the type of disability and waiting we they look for and the support what they get. We own policy now that not to all kind disabled, and Miltimagai will tell you say not to all disabled that they are visually impaired. So we have now physical disability, and so that now one thing we common between we. The other thing we common is that Miltimagai will tell you say. Well, I don't know what they say, but me no say at the age of certain age, most of the institution you get for be integrated within the community. The one that we did at the place, we did at the home. I'm not speaking from
some of them are abandoned.
Some of them are abandoned. We self get one they now we they don't abandon, we then they are permanent, and so they also they like for Miltimagai very well no say they get the one that we did we don't go come out college where they actually they teach they.
Yeah.
So now that make them they. But for we not get fortunate for get people and we don't there. We don't come out and can't teach apart from me where government appoint.
At the start of the program, when we be outside, I say we can watch at the success stories of this particular facility.
Yes.
This brings me to the question straight away. What in the school able for give back to society after over 60 years of existence?
Fantastic question. I think I will start with myself in a humble way. Now, this woman grew up from age 6 till at the age of 18, maybe before 18, I left. Because now admission principle and we don't in existence since the start of the home. So I left. I able for land me book. I go Albert Academy, Commodity, I go Prince of Wales, Commodity, I go England for 25 years. I come back. And I think say I did give a lot. So I feel proud for come back, for set up an organization for help disabled people. Where government say this person one for can help in country, but also in company them. So now that make the appointment as chairman at Cheshire. And I get Boku other people, the likes of Paalaji Babatunde Gillen. Now Pawe na the first resident at Cheshire. He worked in a Bank of Sierra Leone for 20 years as a result of being here and succeed and give back to society. We get Reverend Canon Dr. Spin Pratt, we himself now be residents now. We himself live here for many years, go and be a clergy, and now it is served now the Church of Sierra Leone, the Anglican Church. You can also get the likes of Ibrahim Richard Bangura, who can call Teacher B. Well, in fact, himself grew up now, he go to Fitan Teachers College, he can be teacher back. We get the likes of John Lahai, we get Ramatu, Princess Kano, we get Kadiatu Mansari, we they work for the UN, we himself now. So we don't produce lots of people we don't go back and they give to society. So now the wonderful success of the product of Cheshire Home. But we not sing loud about it. But we get some people that we don't really do well for the country. We not able for support the company disabled people in this country.
Let me quickly or briefly go back to our days. How the situation been turned like?
That's a good question, because I think that brings back how I come about for establish the what you would call the business case or the strategic plan for Cheshire Home since I took over. When we be there, I think Kuyoma made a men way. So the morning you make your bed, do your prayers, go school, go to the bus. If bus not work today, they walk a long distance for go to school. You can't even tell. You change, you sleep. You take a book afternoon and we get box where if you talk you already pay inside that box day. So it was a very disciplined place. We know they see outside if we not go school. All weekend we did indoors. We did learn, we have skills there and we think also. So it was very disciplined. And again for me when I took over, none of the things that they were going to replicate because between the period where we left to when we come back, there's been some really difficult times for the home. We're almost closed. So I want to bring back those past glories. And in fact, that's the title of the strategic plan, bring back the past glory. We eat 3 meals a day, with a book, water day, every facility be there, right? Again, between the period where we left here to the period where we come back, there was a lot of challenges. We get a situation at the home where beginning a call that they call go na do for go big for water. Control not the security not the nothing not the if they eat 3 meals a day they'll be lucky, and then now we don't restitute all of that. Beginning now they eat 3 meals a day, we cook possibly cook for them, and the idea now for them go to dining hall, they sit down at dining hall, sit down and work, eat, and then they rest. I think now that are the things that we don't try for bring back.
Overall, when it comes to the performance so far at school, what's in the overall performance?
We don't be very, very lucky for do very well in school, na Cheshire Home. So when we be there, we go up to class 6, and then we go outside school. So like me go Bishop Crowder for go sit the selective. So now we're fortunate for go up to class 6 now with the sit exam. We begin they go out and go sit. With the score then 230, then 300. Last year we scored 300 and something. So we produce very good results. Then that's because The strategic plan wey me set had 5 components. One, now for make sure say we improve on we resources, because without resources you no go make any of the changes we want make. So we get people that we dey rent place na the home wey they not be the parents, so make sure say like their orange and telecoms people them they're able for pay now, so we able for use that money there. We get donors them, and one for say plenty thank you to them who donors them where they come and support the home, and subvention not be they come on time, so we manage for fix that problem with the support of donors and partners and a network of friends. The second thing was for try for improve the education system. Before I take over, children were doing very badly, they hardly passed the NPSC, and I take over, and from where I take over, this is close to 10 years now, they're always passing with great results. And then the other one, for make sure say the beginning gets a living conducive environment. The place was dilapidated, but because of the help of supporters now, we try for renovate the place. Then we'll come to take over. Going back to the finance side, it's only 50,000 leons, not to old leons, so 50,000 old leons to the new one. Or when I say 50 million, or 50,000 leons now will be meeting at the account. We managed for raise 280 million in the first 6 months of operation as chairman. Then we able for use that amount there for renovate the home, and by that we able for get the attention of HRH Princess and the late Queen in Peking for come visit there, which she was very impressed with. So enabling, providing a conducive living environment was an important thing. The fourth one was now for where we look at how we will engage with the partners them, we supporters them, and one for say plenty thank you to all of them. I'm not able for name them. You see a feature of one of them with Orange Foundation, but we get NSBT, we don't make the place of Nectar. We get lots of other organizations them we don't come, don't support we for it. We get individuals them where they try for provide water, for we get friends of mine we come, they dig $10,000 worth of borehole where they provide water to the place. But because of Guma they can't provide water, but because of the challenge we will get, I know we'll talk about challenges later. The challenge of that not enable way for like Guma can't provide water right now. But we'll talk on that later.
This particular home, we see teachers several of them they teach the Peking them. Now government is supporting teachers there, so now from the home they get from donor partner them at least for supporting teachers them.
That's a very good question. I think we only get 2 teachers on PIN code. Okay. And that again now a very difficult assignment, because when we take over there were no teachers with PIN code. So now home subvention, the government subvention they give, we know they come frequently now they use for pay the teachers then. And now they're very restrictive because you're not able for give the teachers and what they want, right? And so we manage for try for convince the DD Rena we've been doing na TSC for provide 5 PIN code. But we see no more now. In a way, how the institution here they run, most of the people they don't left the institution because they don't get PIN code. So they don't left we now with only 2 people with PIN code. So the rest of the teachers them now we they pay them still.
How many teachers am I get?
At the moment we get 5 teachers. We need 7 teachers at least. So 5 including the head teacher. And again, that number is very, very low. So we need 2 teachers extra. But because of the resources, we're not able to get the additional 7 teachers. So one for appeal for teachers and for be considered for PIN.
Among the teachers, when I get teachers, we gained in, giving out knowledge to special needs speaking them.
Well, the home what we try for do firstly all the teachers are trained and qualified.
Yeah, right? But for
special needs, that's a real challenge in itself because. And I think that part of the reason is that we try for develop an inclusive system by bringing in community non-disabled children for Canada school. Okay. And that's an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage because what they mean is that the teachers they focus now more towards the beginner we not disabled, and as you probably observed, because they don't get that skill there for empower themselves for teach the non-disabled beginners. So now a particular skill. So if you go like a place like blind school, because they get some of the students the way they are visually impaired, when are the teachers They say he who feels it knows it. That wearing shoes now they know side the bet. So that focus they did. So but we dey try for look at options them where teachers will be put through those training, those inclusive education training, where they go able for cater for picking better.
Because why make ask the question like you self mentioned when it just normal, missing about the challenge doing, but it just normal for make you get able and disabled picking a class because the able picking perhaps they pay more attention or able for pay more attention, able for focus more on them. I ask you earlier generally what are the performance you see the picking they do well since you take over the past MPSC and Becken now so much. But again, what are the amount of disabled picking them way don't they do well in the exam year? So
well, all the disabled picking them way they go class 6, so we don't get a large number. So last year we get like 19 with the and we go sit NPSC. Okay. So out of that 19 we get something like 3 or 4 when are disabled picking them, but all those 3 and 4 passed. Okay. They all passed in Becker, the NPSC. They all day now Bishop Johnson's and then they now Bishop Elena. So that now the level of the litmus test where we get. So the beginning they pass, but you get a very valid point, and that make we try for increase the number of disabled picking where they admit in the school. And so about last year we took a moratorium, the management committee where they supervise the entire home and the school. Say one for reduce the number of non-disabled picking where they can at the school and increase the number of disabled picking. And that's a great success decision we don't make, because this year all the classroom they get disabled picking. Well, last year maybe class 5 no we get 1 disabled picking, all non-disabled picking. So you find out say that don't begin take its effect, and we hope say by the time they go to 2-3 I'll put the moratorium for 5 years. Maybe within 5 years we'll get a classroom dominated by disabled picking.
Was all this come out from the initial idea and before get picking them disabled, right?
Yes.
So how the transition happened?
That's a very good question. It happened before my own time. So now one by maybe they are when I be the administrator. And I think I don't know waiting at the motive behind that, but one would suggest maybe a way out for raise additional income for the home. But when we come, I say no, because there's the picking enough for pay fees, right? So when we come, I made the system. My initial inkling was for stop the system of non-disabled picking them attending the school, because when we attend the school here, now purely disabled picking them, no non-disabled. For the good 40 or 30, 40 years of the school existence, now just disabled picking them. So now the last 10, 15, 20 years, now we get this system they go. So because of that, me not being there in favor, but later on I find out about the advantages. And one advantage is that if you see the interaction of the disabled picking and the non-disabled picking, a good foresee. Then 2, we talk about radical inclusion policy. The radical inclusion policy, they advocate for learning for all. So whether you're disabled, you're vulnerable, you come up from poor family, you're not pregnant, so everybody should be catered for. And I think that's something we're very proud of in Cheshire. Of course, you don't see the glaring disadvantage, the glaring challenges we involve teachers that they pay more attention. But if we address that with the teachers then and say, them pick here, then they for learn the same way as the non-disabled. Of course, given that they're very difficult, some of them are very difficult to teach, very difficult for learn, but nevertheless, they should be provided with the equal opportunities for learn.
I want to plan for bridge that gap there. As you say, for underscore and a challenge.
Well, I think now through training, and I very much comfortable and suitable for that, because me now the technical lead for the Lewiland program, and my own area where the lead in MBSSC for with Site Savers and Mott McDonald now on disability inclusive education. So one of the things that we will get for do now for train the teachers them for understand what's in our disability inclusive education, and at that now the thing now will focus this year particularly.
Let me briefly talk on subvention and support at the school. What are the amount of support we not only get from government so far? Let me start with government.
The amount of support we don't get from government, we started something like 50,000 folios, which was 50 million, right? The first time yearly,
we include feeding and
including feeding, vehicle for maintenance the vehicle, run the vehicle, carry the picking at school, pay staff salary, that we get different categories of staff. We are teachers, we get home mothers, we dey care for the pikin, we get carers, we get cleaners, we get cook, all ends in the 50,000 where we start. Right? From that end, we don't progress to the now. I think last year we get 190,000. But that goes with the increase in cost. So we dey spend something like 20,000 every month for take care of them pikin. So whether now for buy fuel for the vehicle, pay staff salary, teachers and home staff, maintenance the vehicle, buy water outside, water not there sometimes, all thing included. About 20, we staff salary alone now something like 13,000 leons, 13 million we per month. So you add an extra 7 million for take care of the kid, for feed the pikin. Every day the pikin they eat, every week the pikin they eat maybe a bag and a half rice. So it's a huge mammoth task. So if you calculate 20,000 every month as against 90 million, 190 million, it just doesn't cut it for a year. And even at that 190 does not come in. This last year we get to money by September. So it was by the grace of God that we run the home between January to September.
Any discussion there with the government for see how best and go for like increase this money for now?
Well, apart from the increment, it's also about the consistency and the frequency at which government they pay. My colleagues them, I know, because me are the chairman of the Association of Heads of Special Needs. All 17 special needs schools in this country. Now that make I mentioned Mitimaga, I mentioned Deaf School, because I know their operations. And we don't meet as an association for say government one need for pay this money frequently and on time, and then two, the need for able for increase the money because they don't do. So what I mean by pay the money frequently, for example, schools like Mitimaga, I don't think they don't even open yet because subvention will carry it.
Yes, as of last year, not open it.
No, because subvention will come, and we have been told the line. But because we get and we own differences that we get non-disabled picking them, so they get the pressure from the non-disabled picking them, parents them. Say, although in our favor they do them, because they need to pay nothing for Canada school. So but it's a real challenge how government. So yes, there are some conversations. And I think it's very important for we note say the likes of Radio Democracy has been very supportive. I mean, Adeyemi don host me many times on Radio Democracy for talk about this subvention issue. Now a real challenge. And we really wish where Chief Minister Bidena MBSSC, he was very supportive. In fact, 9 institutes the fact that for the pay annual subvention. Because Trade will be get them by quarter. And you get quarter 1 money inside quarter 2 and 3. Quarter 3 money, you get almost the following year. So now we go meet them, we talk to them, we almost set up a protest and we discuss to them, and he see reason say no. For let things run smoothly in the institutions, allow they pay people annually. So we want to say plenty thank you to Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary, to be honest, because they are the only institutions paying subvention to the institution. And you get to remember, see the institution they get both educational components, they get welfare components. The welfare component for the come up from social welfare, which is not happening.
What are they all in this?
Well, they for take care of welfare issues, and they're not.
Provide rest and other stuff.
Provide rest, provide other things there, support. No, nothing from social welfare. Just from Ministry of Education.
When last one I received anything from Ministry of Social Welfare?
Certainly more than 2 years ago, as far as me able to remember.
The
last time we receive anything safe. Now, when they do that Ramadan thing, where they give them beef them. So now they give me packets of chicken. We'll go take. And call. Now that no more.
What are your responsibility based on what you know for the homes here?
Well, social welfare, because now then they're in charge of disability issues, right? So now all disability issues should be done through the Ministry of Social Welfare. So even though, so by rights, education, they deal with education. If for binding.
By binding?
Well, I don't understand what you mean by binding.
The owners down legally say they provide them facility. So.
Yes, because they're an institution, they are registered under Ministry of Social Welfare. So it should be binding. But they just know you know, that's a different issue. Maybe we'll have a conversation on later, because it depends how you play the game. Then it will determine whether you get that support.
Away from that one, let me also talk about other challenges them away from the subvention. What's going to be the problem so far now this particular school over the past years again?
The challenges then before me take over and the current challenges, then there was we not get no source of water. But over the years, we don't even forget a borehole dog, and even the latest challenge where I will couple up to this water business. Now, this big problem where we get now this road. And through the IGP, it don't make a decision for let all the trucks the way they go Wataki for pass down this race course road. And this race course road, it get business system, it get Columbia Davis, it get this institution where don't exist for 60 something years, right? This is the problem we have. And now, because of them talk here, Guma not able to carry them talk for can deliver water. So if you go now, you take a photo of them tank, they're all empty. Because Guma not able to supply water. And that water they now they use for cook. So then the other big challenge of this road pass with the capital, it gets 3 big challenges then. It affects you picking away the kind of school educationally.
Okay.
Because the road so tight. And we're picking away they go outside school, not so just inside school where we get picking away they go mainstream schools where the resident are, but the vehicle they can go to school every morning. For them to come in the morning, it will take more than 1 hour. So by the time that picking they reach the school, they don't late. For them picking at the kind of school, then small community picking at the camp, the risk, the health issue, the risk issue, the hazard issue, boku. Then you get the second challenge. Where the health and safety and risk matters. For example, we get one pikin we're sick just before they institute this thing. The pikin nearly die now we are now because we're not able to go to hospital. He nearly die. Pastor call the LUC. Now you get for sending policeman with bike for can take that pikin for can go. And then you get the community issue. The community issue you get Columbia Davis where Diamond they come. They pull am from the stretcher, they walk out and carry go home because access not there. So this access issue is huge, now a big problem, a biggest challenge. And for we, worst of all, Boku donors they will get December time now they get donors them for keep we going for run the home. Because donors they support we, donors they go away, the home not they function. We get one gentleman for America, we don't support since we not be get subvention every month. He will give you $1,000 just for let keep the home going. This man one can visit this place. He never can because of the talk. So Boku donors were driven away. Massive ship then get paints the way they one can paint the home there. They never come because pass them pack the vehicle up. PC and Sons, Indian community, pass them pack everything up before they come for can make party for the beginning. So this December. Now the worst December for because of this road blockage.
Let me also come back to the school. When I talk to teachers, them then self-confirm say their assistive device way the Epsom disabled picking for land faster and easy, like the able picking them. When you talk about this particular home, when I get them kind of device here?
Well, assistive device gets a lot of different types. You get from simple one to very technologically focused one. Me not understand what they mean with the assistive device them because na my own area down there na 80 I do. But what are they trying for see? We get the basic wheelchairs them. We get pets, means say why they move around fast. Now the pets are the goods. The personal energy transport system when are the pet. We get so then wheelchairs then they for the picking them. What we not get in the advanced area of assistive device, you need like the aid them with the help picking them for right. So you get pen way, you get like handle, like arm with the hold the picking arm, with the steady with the nerve for right. That we not get. But again, where do we get that in Sierra Leone? Another. So when you talk about assistive device for like for example for visually impaired, you talk about magnifying glass, you talk about auto recorder and anything and the right. But for physical disability, most of the thing that is needed is wheelchair or pets or writing aid.
That is very important.
That is very important.
Like that bubble we see, we different and difficult for right. The other one we see inside in the right well, but now with a multi the right.
Yes.
So if kind like that one they get that kind of thing with their sister, I believe see it go a long way.
Precisely. So those are challenges. We need the idea is how do we get those assisted design? And that now the subvention therefore, right? Through the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education, Senior Secondary Education, and through the SEND unit, when I especially